Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. I'm Pinky Webb. Today on the program, lawmakers disclose efforts to discuss charter change in both houses of Congress, but some people are raising concerns over its timing, especially in the middle of a pandemic. Also, the president wants to abolish partyless groups allegedly supportive of the communist movement. And a political comeback for Jejomar Jojo Binay in 2022. The former vice president talks about his plans live. Changes to the Constitution may just be in the pipeline for both houses of Congress. The House Committee on Constitutional Amendments will tackle on January 13th the proposed amendments to, quote, restrictive economic provisions, end of quote. Meanwhile, a resolution has been filed at the Senate seeking to convene Congress as a constituent assembly to introduce amendments to the Constitution. Vice President Leni Robredo questions the timing of the move. Robredo says another talk on charter change will not address the more urgent COVID-19 pandemic response. Let's go straight to the source of the story. We have former Vice President Jejomar Jojo Binay. VP Binay, it's good to see you again, sir. Kamusta na po kayo?
Okay lang. Ikaw, okay ka rin sana.
I'm also good, sir. Thank you for your time. There's a lot of issues, sir, to talk about. Umpisahan ko na po sa charter change because the House of Representatives will actually resume talks on charter change or CHACHA this coming Wednesday. What do you think of the timing of this?
Well, it's... bakit ba ganun? Tuwing malapit na matapos ang incumbency ng president, lagi lang napapasok yung charter change. Mga haluan ng politika yan. Para bang something is being preserved.
Something is being preserved. And to you, in your opinion, what is that?
Well, for purposes of surviving in their positions.
Yun ho ba yung, siguro yung fear o yung sentimiento ng ilan that this is tantamount to really term extensions?
Well, isa sunod. Wala mong na baka ipasok yung pahabain yung term. Paano? Yung term naman, na personally, wala akong objection doon. Lalo na yung sa mga local officials. Tama lang yung 4 years. Masyadong mahaba ang politika. Almost every year we have a political activity.
So kayo po, VP, sang-ayon ho kayo na yung sa local elected officials from 3 years to extend that to 4 years? Did I get that right, sir?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
All right. Pero meron ho ba kayong, do you favor anything for national posts such as senators, vice president, and even president?
I'm sorry, how is that again, Pinky?
Meron ho kayong pinapaborang possible extension or changing of terms sa mga national posts katulad ng sa senador, vice president at president?
Oh well, napapaboran yan yung incumbent at saka yung mga coming back. I suppose lalo na sa Senate, ang dami nang nakahandang bumalik.
Because basically, sir, allowed po sila 6 years, 2 terms of 6 years. Tapos pwede pong magpahinga ng isang term at pwedeng bumalik after that.
That's right.
Opo. So, yung pong issue of charter change, I want to go back, po, VP, to in the past. Almost every president tried charter change. During the time of former President Fidel V. Ramos, meron po yung tinatawag na pirma. Noong pong time ni former President Joseph Estrada, meron po yung Concord. And then during the time of GMA, meron pong Sigaw ng Bayan. It was really just kay Pinoy, sir, na it didn't seem like there were any attempts to change the charter. Obviously, none of these were successful. So I actually wanted to ask you, ano ho ba ang rason para po sa inyo kung bakit halos lahat ng presidente, aside from Pinoy, ay wants to change the charter? Ito ho ba talagang tinatawag na economic provisions? Kailangan na ho ba talaga itong palitan?
Ayan, kailangan talaga. Kailangan, ano. I think yung economic provisions natin naapektuhan yung ating economic growth. Pero other than that, I think huwag na dapat haluan pa. Hanggang doon na lang tayo dun sa economic change.
Pabor kayo sa economic change. In fact, sir, it's the resolution of House Speaker Velasco. Final niya po ito in 2019, di pa ho siya House Speaker. It's House Resolution number 2. House Resolution for both houses number 2. Parang yun po yung tawag sa kanya. Let me read, no? It says, ang sinabi po ni Congressman Garbin, who heads the Committee on Constitutional Amendments at the House of Representatives, ang directive daw ni Speaker is to tackle proposed amendments to what is called restrictive economic provisions. And ito po yung resolution of both houses number 2. Ang tanong ho kasi kung sang-ayon kayo na kailangan pong to ease up economic restrictions, VP, kailangan ho ba puntahan itong usapin sa charter change, or would an ordinary or regular legislation be enough or suffice?
Kasi nandun sa natin constitution natin yung tungkol dun sa limitation or regulation of foreigners in economic activities in the country. Lalo na sa those sectors ng pioneering industries at saka sa agricultural something. Pero I think luma na yun. Kailangan na natin yung involvement ng foreigners.
And they talk about in this resolution of now Speaker Velasco, VP, ang nakasulat ho dito kasi, idadagdag po yung mga salitang unless provided by law dito sa certain economic provisions in the Constitution, specifically Articles 12, Article 14, at Article 16. Kayo po, of course, abogado po kayo. Ito ho bang pagka nilagay yung mga salitang unless provided by law, malinaw ho ba ito, or would there be issues in the future that might come up because of this inclusion kung pumasa po itong unless provided by law?
Well, kasi yung unless provided by law, yung mas maluwag ang mga amendment. Kasi pagka ikakabit na lang lagi na papalitan lagi yan through a constitutional amendment, medyo stringent and rigid yung process na yun.
Okay. So, yung pong style of how this will be done or the strategy that could be done ay ang tinatawag na Constituent Assembly. Kayo po ba, sir, do you have a question on both houses convening as CONAS or a Constituent Assembly? Or are you confident that both houses coming together as a Constituent Assembly can provide the necessary legislation or charter change for economic provisions at hanggang dun lang po at wala na pong ibang magagalaw?
Okay lang, pero ang ko is kailangan palakihin yun. Kasi pagka left alone, yan sa Congress, politika na naman mangyayari dyan. So, yung Constituent Assembly, magkakaroon ng leeway na allowing that Assembly na tumanggap ng hindi member ng Congress.
Okay. So, may tanong ho din ba kayo? Do you question, sir, yung Constituent Assembly and voting? Clear ho ba sa inyo, VP, yung voting separately to amend the charter? Kasi kailangan po 3/4 of both houses of Congress. But the question is, do they vote separately or do they vote as one?
Well, I think that is a constitutional provision. So, it will be better na talagang magka-constituent assembly na lang para hindi na tatagal ang proseso.
Okay. And VP, to be clear, ano po, ulitin ko lang po, ang stand niyo po on charter change now, you're okay with it as long as it's the economic provisions?
That's right.
Hindi na po kayang maghintay sa susunod na lang na administrasyon?
Economic provision naman yun, noong pa yan, kailangan dapat yun, namyendahan. Hindi na kailangan pang dagdagan. Hanggang doon na lang tayo sa economic provision.
Okay. Still, so many...
Kasi it's getting to be suspicious eh. Tuwing matatapos yung term ng presidente, pinapasok lagi ang constitutional amendment eh.
So bakit nga po, VP? Bakit? Why at the tail end?
I suppose gusto nila magtagal pa sa posisyon. Simple.
Who?
Well, those who are incumbent.
Sorry, VP?
Those who are present incumbent.
From ano ho yan? From president down the line, ganun po yun.
Specifically, yung presidente.
Before we go on a break, VP, para lang hindi po tayo mabitin dito sa conversation na to, time and time again, sir, the president has said he's ready to go, ayaw na po niya ng term extension, kung pwede na nga siyang umalis, aalis na siya. With words like that coming from the president, are those not enough to believe that ayaw na po niyang magtagal pa sa pwesto?
Hindi ko masasagot yun eh. Hindi natin alam kung magiging politiko pa rin. Ang politiko, laging ganyan. Okay, hili-hili, ayaw etc. Pero saan ka gusto yun? Yan na lang natin. Kasi that's part of speculation.
Okay.
Walang certainty na mangyayari yun.
Still so many unanswered questions on the death of a flight attendant, and that's Christine Dacera. After the break, the former vice president shares his take on the case that has gripped the nation. This is The Source on CNN Philippines. Please stay tuned. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. Our guest today, former Vice President Jojo Binay. Sir, I first want to talk to you about the vaccination program of the government dahil mamaya po magkakaroon ng Senate Committee of the Whole to look into the vaccination program of the government. How do you think the government is faring so far?
There is more to be done and there is more expectations to happen.
Yung tanong po...
For example, yung immediate action, confrontation of problems. Katulad ng pandemic na hindi na minimize, lalo pa dumadami yung mga nagiging may sakit. Tsaka sana naman magbago na yung Department of Health ng pagbibigay ng mga survey, kung ano, hindi naman tugma. I think sana maging makatotohanan yung ating napapakinggan na report tungkol sa mga nangyari.
So,
Department, si Secretary Duque, hindi naman lamang magsabi kung ano ba nagawa niya, ano ba nangyari niya sa problema sa pandemic, how far have you gone in controlling it.
obviously, nakukulangan po kayo. That's what you're saying, VP, kay Secretary Duque. But I wanna find out, kayo po, dahil ang tanong ho ng ilan, even some senators, ay bakit wala pa tayong vaccine dito sa Pilipinas ngayon? Bakit wala pa tayong vaccine dito sa Pilipinas last week? Ano po? Are you concerned that we don't have a single vaccine yet in the country?
Very much concerned kasi kailangan natin. Masama pa nito, baka pagdating nito, hindi naman kagad i-implement. Dito pa na sa stage ng pagdating. Wala pa. Pero tila yata parating na daw. Lagi na naman ganun yun panay pag-asa.
In fact, sir, Secretary Duque was saying yesterday na meron pong dadating na Sinovac vaccine. 50,000 daw po ngayong February. At pagdating ng March, almost 1 million and 2 to 3 million in the succeeding month. So parang ang lumalabas po, VP, ang unang dadating sa Pilipinas, according to Secretary Duque, ay Sinovac in February.
Siyempre, alam mo yung closeness natin sa China. Ever sa simula yan. Ako sinasabi ko na, heli-heli pa kayo. Hindi kayo sa China kukuha.
Na-interview po si Mayor Binay dito po sa CNN. At ang sabi nga niya po, because lumabas nga po yung balita, VP, yung 1 billion, dahil gusto ni Mayor Binay lahat ng Makatizens ay ma-vaccinate. Pero nung gumawa daw po siya, nung nagtanong daw siya sa mga doktor, meron daw silang preference dito sa vaccine. Ang una ay Pfizer, and then Janssen, and then AstraZeneca. At pagkatapos nun ay Moderna. Let's look at a situation, VP, na hindi po ito yung mga unang dumating na mga vaccine at sakaling ang una pong dumating ay ito ngang Sinovac. What are your thoughts on this? Kailangan ho ba, I know sinabi ni Mayor hindi mandatory, voluntary to, pero kung sabihin natin, Makatizens, ito po yung mas gusto, pero hindi po ito yung makakarating na vaccine sa lalong madaling panahon, papaano ho kaya?
Alam mo, ako talagang sabihin ko masyado ang relasyon natin sa China ngayon. Talagang pinag-aaralan pa, etc. Pero binibigyan lang ng tempo itong China para makasabing, teka, namili kami, pinag-aralan namin kung sino makakapag-deliver, sino yung competent, maging efficient implementation, etc. Pero kung lang yun, larong inchik na lang yung trabaho niya.
So in spite of all that's been said, VP, ang sinasabi niyo, doon din pala tayo mapupunta sa mga Chinese vaccines?
Ganun yun. Hindi pa nagbabago yung sayawan ng China at saka Pilipinas.
Aha. Yung pong interview kay Mayor Abby, tinanong din po siya if she would want her parents to be vaccinated. And I believe she said, oo, kayo ho ba, VP, kung makarating po yung vaccine dito sa Pilipinas, would you have yourself vaccinated? At meron ho ba kayong preference na brand?
Unang-una, wala akong preference sa brand. Hindi ko alam kung sino-sino ba yan nagko-compete. Pangalawa, mas gugustuhin ko munang tignan ang resulta after a month or two. Okay ba? Naging tama ba? Hindi ba naging masama? Etc. Pero ang makasama sa mauuna, ay naku, hindi ako sasama.
Okay. And then, I also wanted to get quickly your thoughts dito po sa vaccination ng PSG doon sa unregistered na vaccine. What are your thoughts on this? Nagkamali ho ba ang PSG? Is this illegal? Or okay na rin po kasi sila naman po ang nagbabantay sa Pangulo?
Ako naman, question di panahon lang yun. Sila nauna, hindi sila nauna. Pare-pareho din naman Pilipino dapat makulangan yun.
Okay.
Sana lamang pinalawak. Kaso sila nauna, hindi pa nasusundan pa.
So mali po para sa inyo, VP?
Hindi, okay lang. Pilipino pa rin yun. Hindi mo porking PSG. Na-questionable naman kung sila nauna. Pero nakita nila. After all, I suppose, nagbabantay sa presidente.
We need to take another short break, former Vice President Binay. When we return, pag-uusapan natin, meron bang political comeback in the offing for the former Vice President? And he'll talk about his possible plans in 2022. And of course, we'll talk about the Dacera case. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. Stay with us. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. Our guest today, former Vice President Jojo Binay. Sir, I wanted to ask you if you're aware of this Dacera case. If so, kung alam niyo po, gusto ko po malaman sa inyo, palagay niyo ba nagkaroon ng lapses dito sa investigasyon? Nagkaroon ho ba ng problema ang Makati Police sa pag-imbestiga dito sa pagkamatay ni Christine Dacera?
Merong pagkukulang yung Makati Police. Kasi nagbigay na kagad ng pronouncement. Sabi nga, hindi na Makati Police. Yung police, kasi yung kapulisan, yung nagbigay kagad ng pronouncement na case solved. Sabi ni Sinas, lagi si case solved yun. Sabi naman ni NCR director, kulang pa ho kami ng ebidensya.
Ang punto ho kasi ngayon, VP, inaalam pa, they're trying to get more evidence to possibly prove there was rape and there was also homicide. I don't know if you're comfortable, pero is this something that can still be proven kung nagkaroon na ng problema doon sa initial investigation, as you mentioned? Dahil nga, the story really is, VP, that's coming out is na-embalm na autopsy na. At of course, the NBI came in to conduct a second autopsy. Meron ho pa kayang pagkakataon na makakala pa ng karagdagang ebidensya?
Ebidensya na manggagaling sa the body itself. Yung tao, palagay ko sobra-sobra na malong daan dyan. Sobra-sobra na naging investigasyon dyan. At least 2 beses na yata ang inautopsy dyan. So, yung hindi ko alam kung hindi sila kontento doon sa kanilang nakuhang resulta doon sa sa autopsy ni Dacera.
Pero kung nagkaroon nga po, VP, ng pagkukulang doon sa Makati Police, what is the lesson that needs to be learned here, sir? Kasi kung nagkaroon po ng pagkukulang, malaki na po yung epekto nun sa posibleng maging kaso o posibleng hindi magkakaso regarding the Dacera death.
Ang lumalabas na dahilan ng hinihingi na sinasabi ng tao yung pagkukulang, ang tagal mag-react, ang tagal sinabi kung ano ang findings nila. Kung ano man, question of fact lang naman yun. Examinin sa laboratory lang lahat yung mga yun. Tapos yung mga kasama, iksi-iksi lang yun para pagtatanungin kung ano ba ang involvement nila if there was any. Simple lang yun. Ang palagi ko, tinatagalan, I suppose, may nagkakagusto na ano natin, pagpilitan na nagkaroon ng rape. Simple lang naman yun. Makikita naman yung sa laceration and what have you. Kung yung laceration ba, was caused in that particular yung involvement ng group, or was the laceration caused by another part? Right.
It's a simple case, sabi niyo nga po, VP, that has actually turned a little bit complicated.
Ang simple, what makes it complicated, what nagtatagal is, may dahilan Ayaw nilang sabihin na tapos na, kompleto na. Yan man magtatagal yan. Autopsy pa lang, tapos ka na doon.
Yep, yun po yung sinasabi din ng si Dr. Fortune, who's also obviously a pathologist. Ano po?
Merong nakikiusap na magmumuna natin husgahan. Huwag muna natin palabasin na ito ang resulta ng investigation. Investigation, madali lang yung investigation. Lalo na immediate naman ang kailangan dyan. And I suppose immediately nagkaroon kagad yung ang problema lamang doon, nauna yung imbalsa mo sa autopsy. Yun, pagkukulang lang doon.
Malaking...
Ano Pinky, yung investigation at saka yung autopsy. Yung autopsy, lahat ng organ, inaano yun. Grabe yung autopsy yun. Hihiwa ang katawan ng tao.
Last issue, former VP, ano ho ba, meron pa kayong planong political comeback sa 2022?
Kung physically and mentally fit pa.
If you're physically and mentally fit, and if you are, ano ho kayang posisyon ng inyong inaay o tinitingnan?
Anong sinagot ko sa yung physically and mentally fit, will be involved in politics, either broker, or whatever, o magsasalita. Yun lang ang requirement ng physically and mentally fit. Kasi yung political activity naman involves several aspects.
Okay.
Pwede ka naman naging active, tataas ka ng kamay, biikot ka, whatever. O sinasabi mo lamang na ito ang kandidato mo, whatever.
Former Vice President Jojo Binay, sir, again, it's good to see you again. I wish you well at maraming salamat po sa inyong oras.
By the way, Pinky, meron kami political party, remember? Meron kaming una political party. It's a nationally registered and recognized by Comelec.
That's right, sir. All right, again, sir, maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Salamat din, Pinky.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. You're watching CNN Philippines.